Hello guys, welcome to a new episode. Today we are going to do the engine regular maintenance on a Audi A5 1.8 petrol engine. We are going to replace the oil filter, air filter and cabin filter. I don't have a fuel filter because in my case the fuel filter is for life and is located somewhere in the fuel reservoir as far as I know. Um, I don't fully agree with it, but it is what it is. Maybe in time I will also replace that. You should also know that this procedure is almost the same on all the vehicle lines that are manufactured by the VAG group. Okay, guys, so now we can start. So the first step is to warm up the engine till 90 degrees. In this way, you'll decrease the oil viscosity and you'll be able to drain out the old oil as much as possible. And after that, you need to lift the vehicle or bring it at the same level, and you can start the procedure.
So first we will start with removing the oil filter. To do that you need to remove the engine cover and then place some carpets near the oil filter to avoid creating a mess. Also you can prepare yourself with a catch can or a oil tray. Then use a strap wrench or a oil filter tool to slacken the oil filter and then remove it. Be careful now because the oil is hot. So once the old oil filter is removed, we can install the new oil filter, but before of that I'm going to replace the oil filter adapter valve unit with new O-rings because these are known to fail, causing a drop in oil pressure. And it is very easy to replace, you just need to use a hook to pull it out of the housing. Before installing the new oil filter adapter valve, you need first to slightly lubricate the O-rings with some oil engine and then slide it back into the housing. And now we are ready to install the new oil filter. First you need to apply a small amount of engine oil on the rubber seal. This will help to prevent oil leaks and also it will be much easier to uninstall it in the future. So most of the mechanics are just hand tightening the oil filter, but in my case I'm going to use a wrench tool and tighten it to the specified torque of 22 Newton meters. Alright guys, so now we can start to drain the engine oil. First, we need to remove the oil dipstick plug and the engine undershield. After that, place an oil tray under the engine sump and unscrew the oil drain plug. Remember that the oil is hot, and one way to remove the oil drain plug without risking to come in contact with the hot oil is to unscrew it using a magnet. And now we can wait for the oil to drain out. With the oil completely drained, the next step is to renew the gasket for the oil drain plug. This will help to prevent oil leaks. And after that, install it back into the sump using the specified torque of 13 Newton meters. Once done, you need to clean the swamp with some brake disc cleaner and we can start to add new engine oil. When it comes to choose the engine oil type, I will always make sure that it is in compliance with Audi standards. In my case, it is VW50400 for petrol engines. Since 4 years ago, I'm using the 5W30 full synthetic oil from Motul, and so far I'm very happy with its performance. You can use my example, but you should know that the correct viscosity grade for your engine also depends on climate or seasonal conditions where you drive. Also, one more important thing is to know the total quantity of engine oil needed to renew. In my case is 4.5 liters, but in case you don't know it, you can check it in your owner's manual. Once you finish to refill the engine oil, you need to install back the engine oil cap and the oil dipstick plug, and we can go to the next step of checking the oil level. To check the oil level, the vehicle needs to be on level surface, otherwise you'll get a false reading. First, you need to start the engine and allow it to idle till it reaches the operating temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Then, switch off the engine and wait approximately 5 minutes to allow the oil to flow back slowly into the oil swamp. And after that you can check the oil level using the oil dipstick or the MMI. My vehicle does not have an oil dipstick, so I'll need to use the MMI. So when checking with the MMI, you need to switch on the ignition and press function selector bottom car and go to oil level. Please don't forget to close the bonnet because the oil level displayed on the MMI is not refreshed when the bonnet is open. The optimal oil level recommended by Audi is just under the maximum level, right here where my finger is, so I will just need to do a little bit of top up and it's done. In addition to that, I would like to recommend you to check near the oil filter and the oil drain plug just to make sure there are no oil leaks. Changing the air intake filter is a very easy job. So first you need to remove the air filter elements, then you need to remove the securing bolts for the air filter housing, and after that you can remove the old air filter. Also, at this point you may want to clean the housing before installing the new air filter. For that you can use a vacuum cleaner, or you can take the box off and get rid of the dirt. Once you are done, you can install the new air filter and continue the installation in reverse sequence. And now we are over with the air filter, and we can go to the next step, which is changing the cabin filter or the pollen filter. In my case, the cabin filter or the pollen filter is located up and under the passenger footwell. This is valid for almost all the vehicle lines that are built by the VAG group. Once you'll get down there, you'll see 3 thumb screws which you'll need to remove. With the screws out of the way, you need to pull down the isolation mat and remove it to uncover the cabin air filter housing. The next step is to release the retainer by pushing it to the right front wheel, and then you can remove the cabin filter. The next step is to install a new pollen filter by following the removing steps in reverse sequence. Notice that the cabin filter can be installed in one way with the angled side facing the fresh air blower.
The only thing remains to do is to reset the service interval. Reset oil interval. Say yes. And now the service interval is reset. And that's it, guys. Hope you found it helpful, and please don't forget to give the like button and subscribe. See you next time.